All right, here we are.
Hey now.
Yeah.
Nice that Tom's back.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
home.
Actually, FUD wasn't all that bad.
I heard. I tried to listen. I was on the plane, and they tell you when you get the internet on the plane, you can't stream anything.
It would have been nice for everybody to listen if I wasn't a failure. And I can't say anything other than you have no idea what kind of week or 2 weeks I've had. It has been.
The violins are out.
No, I mean it's not even like that. And I'm not ever looking for.
Hey, wait a minute. We missed our shit.
What shit?
Let's start over.
Oh yeah, well it's because
hey, we're back. Hey, we're Power and Speed 908-751-0211. Tad.
And like us on Facebook and iTunes.
There it was.
There we are.
Feels like home.
There we go.
it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Now back to where we stopped.
Yeah.
I mean, well,
Mike was crying. I think.
no, but when you came in, you heard me on the phone. That was my lead firmware developer in Ukraine.
Yeah.
I mean, and I mean, you think about what time it is there. It's got to be like 3 o'clock in the morning or something.
Yeah.
So it's there's an awful lot going on in a lot of directions.
I thought you were making all of that shit up.
What?
The whole phone call.
No.
There was nobody on the other end.
Was
No.
he speaking with an accent?
Yeah, he was.
He is funny, dude.
He was like, I must break you.
His accent is and they just, you ever watch the YouTube, like I'm sure Tad does, the YouTube videos where like the Russian guy he's got a camera in his car and he's recording everything and somebody crashes and they crash and then all of a sudden you're, shit. It's exactly shit like that.
Or the bus driver gets out and comes charging at the car.
No, but I mean like the dialect and the things exactly like what you see on YouTube.
That's funny.
It's funny shit. But yeah, I mean, I promise everyone, I will. I'm kind of past the problematic areas of what we had going on.
He's got his
over the past
fingers
2 weeks.
crossed.
Yeah, I am gonna stay in the studio tonight. I'm gonna mix down every show that's missed.
He's lying.
And I'm gonna make sure everything's published.
Lies.
Not gonna be lies. I'm gonna get it done. And poor Alan, he actually had fun doing it, and people said the show was decent. So of course now he's got his
poor Alan.
Well, he's like, is the show mixed? Is the show mixed? And I'm trying. I was coming home or, up from my office area at like, 10:30 at night. And I'm shot.
The violins are back.
All right. Whatever. Douchebag.
No, I know you've been busy. I actually feel for you. I was a little busy myself.
All you were doing was fucking socializing.
That's
at
true.
A fucking trade show.
That's true.
Kissing ass.
And taking names.
I didn't say kicking. I said kissing.
Oh, sorry. No, we were pretty busy too. I mean, and I have to thank, a bunch of people stopped to see me, listeners. And I forget who, Kevin came and Brian and.
I think a few asked, it's like, okay, who's going to be down at PRI? I was like, I was there last year, but Tom's there. So.
Yeah. Well, thanks everybody for stopping. I'm sorry. We were like 3 deep, man, all the time.
A couple people said that they came to talk to you and like, you just like they knew who you were, but they couldn't get anywhere near you because there were. Yeah, I know how the trade show shit goes. I did that shit enough times. You're standing there and you're showing somebody something or talking to them, and there's 3 or 4 other people in the periphery watching because they're going to come.
They're waiting for you.
As soon as that guy walks away, and then you're doing the awkward, like you're making eye contact with the other guys, like, hang on, I'll be right with you.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a weird environment.
Like way back in TK days.
No, I just didn't give a shit about it.
And sadly, you really can't, we say we were busy and we were, but you can't not deal with these people because this is where we make our money, putting this shit together and, stealing from our competitors. Man, I don't want to jinx it because it's not done yet, but we did a deal, an 8-car team in Top Fuel. I can't say who it is because that would be indiscreet. But how many 8-car teams are there? I mean, you can figure it out. It's a good deal. Like we took some stuff right out of their pocket.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, that's good shit. That's the kind of shit you celebrate over.
Yeah, and like from the trade show side of things, I know I asked you, what did you see? Anything good? The answer is nothing.
Yeah,
because you don't get. I have been to like the CES show, the NAB show, the CEDIA show, all the different consumer shows that we did. And I think the only time I got to walk around was when I went to, where did I go? I went last year. I went to NAB. I went for one day to go talk to people and see the people I had to see. And then I actually got to walk around a little bit and then went back to the hotel, took a nap, got on a plane, came home.
Yep.
Because you don't get, when you work at a trade show like that, the attendees get to see everything or a lot of it. They walk around and to them, it's just another booth. But you're confined to that 20 by 40 or 20 by 20 or whatever thing you have. You don't get to leave.
We honestly, a couple of us at our company, I'm not going to name names, but we basically had nearly every hour accounted for that we were out there. Like I had, the show is 3 days. I had pre-show meetings, 2 of the 3.
Mm-hmm.
You go the whole day. We had lunch meetings.
Mm-hmm.
Go the rest of the day, and then we had dinner meetings. And it was every day.
Now, are you the scheduled meeting guy so that people come, you set up the meetings and they come, or are you doing the floor work where the people are walking by to come talk to you?
No, we do both. I do both, but I schedule. You have to.
Yeah.
Because there's certain people that you just have to see.
Yeah.
Like there's one guy that, there's a bunch of people that come just show up and they're, very important people to us and we see them regardless of what we're doing. But it's hard because, like one example, one of our guys who does nationwide engines came over and he's, he now buys our valves and, we did some material changing and blah, blah, blah. And no matter what you're in the middle of, you have to talk to this guy because he's a friggin' nationwide engine builder. I think our people know what nationwide engines are. Bush, So, you throw that into the mix of all your appointments and all your 3D people. And it's so funny. Well, like when you're talking to somebody and it's about, whatever part of the book that we're talking about. And somebody, you could actually watch them walk behind the person you're talking to. So their head is like right on the person you're talking to's shoulder.
Yeah.
And, it's funny because I knew you were there, dude.
Yeah.
That's not helping me.
It's like a stalker that's impatient.
Yeah. And then there's the funny people that do that. Like the juniors of the world.
Yeah.
Although he didn't, he stopped over. He was very cool.
Well, every time we tried to have, I try to schedule meetings, nobody shows up in time. And then you end up with, meetings that are pushed and moved. And it's really hectic.
My guys are pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our guys, and we appreciate it too, because it's hard when they are late. It kind of screws somebody else, but all my guys are pretty good.
Well, we got one person out here saying Tom touched him inappropriately at PRI. But
I probably did. I hope they enjoyed it.
Nice little pat on the butt as we're walking away. Thanks for listening.
Who
buddy.
said that? Was it Travis? Travis. Oh, yeah. Ginger tuned. Yeah, I probably did. I think I was rubbing him for a while. He liked it.
I didn't say he didn't. But.
Yeah, I know. I think he was thanking me in that kind of awkward way.
Well, I know I didn't talk to you like the whole time you were out there.
How did I know it was him? Sorry, Mike. But because I'm looking at the board, I can't see the names, but I see there's 6 rows of people, and I picked him. But it just he has to be laughing right now. He has to be because he's the one I picked. Anyway, sorry, Mike.
Yeah, I didn't talk to you at all. So it must have been.
Yeah, I thought you were mad at me.
Typical hectic. No, I mean, I
thought you were going to replace me. I was hoping you were going to replace me with Fudd.
Well, doesn't your seat feel a little different now?
Get a little dumber when you sat down?
Well, that's not hard, but yeah. My hands are, I'm shaking my hands, and you know what I mean.
in the air, yeah. Poor Fudd. But no, he was good. He was good to sit in, and maybe we should talk about it now, the scheduling and all the shit you've got going on, because it kind of leads into Fudd being here.
Yeah, we can. Well, I was thinking maybe we take a little bit of time off for the holiday, but that's up to you guys, because I have, it's Christmas and I have a big family. We do a bunch of stuff, and then there's New Year's, and then I have a week that we can do, but then I believe the 9th is a Monday, and I leave for Japan, and I'm there until the 18th. So it's 2 shows in a row that I'm gone.
Mm-hmm. What's in Japan?
Japanese people?
Yeah.
Did they?
What's going on?
I don't know.
Over there.
I said before the show started, if you pictured a motor and you had like 8 spark plugs and
2 were firing.
That's what we got.
Ask a stupid question, get a stupid answer.
That's what we got.
And I did say, how many are firing right now? And he didn't answer.
No, didn't answer. Still 2.
Yeah. All right. What's in Japan? It's called Tokyo Auto Salon, and D Sport Magazine brings a group over every year, and they asked me a couple times. So, and I've been wanting to go. And what they do is they set up meetings. Japan, their culture is such that they're very into cars, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard to break into their world unless you go there, unless you show them some interest. So D Sport is very in tune with what they do, and they set up meetings for I don't know how many people are
Well, I guess at this point we're talking about imports, but not there.
No, right. It's domestic, right. It's JDM, right? Yeah. Wow, you should have said it, man. That was your opportunity.
But it's JDM. JDM to them, it's like, who cares?
JDM to them is JDM today.
Yeah. It's USDM to us, so.
That's right. So, yeah, Japanese domestic market.
So from our perspective, we would view this all as import business.
Right.
It's the import side of things.
Yeah. Yeah. So they take you to shops. Mm-hmm. They put you right in front of all the important people that they know, which is pretty big. I mean, you can't, if you and I flew to Japan, all right, that's a bad idea. You wouldn't go.
No.
If I went to Japan and was just plopped somewhere and I had to make some business, it would be difficult because, first of all, the language barrier is real there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They don't care about English. The Japanese are very proud. No, they don't.
My cousin's over there. He teaches spoken English.
Well, yeah, he teaches it, but they don't speak it. It's not like everywhere else I've gone.
Not only that, you're probably much taller than him.
That could be. Like I went to England.
Oh, Godzilla.
I went to England and everybody just spoke English.
Yeah, but they do it with an
proper
accent.
English in England. Proper.
Right,
Chips,
Bad example. No, but everywhere else, like you're in Brussels and they're speaking English.
Yes.
You're in Germany, they're speaking English. You're in Dubai, in the UAE, and they speak English. Primarily, like, I know they all speak, Arabic, but they all know
English.
Yeah.
All the people that I deal with, like from Russia, Ukraine, all English. And their English is better than most people here that it's not their first language.
They feel like that it helps them in business, and it does.
Yeah.
But in Japan, they're proud people, like I said, and they I guess believe that if you want to deal with them, you have to make concessions to deal with them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a big deal to get, kind of carted around and put in front of all the
you must
people.
get carted around with translators and people that help get everything across.
Yep. So I'm hoping to have my own translator, and no, it'll be good. And then obviously the last couple days is Tokyo Auto Salon, which is a huge show, kind of like SEMA, that we get to walk around.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to eat a lot of crab, from what I understand. My Dubai buddies are going to be there.
I'd never make it over there.
Why? You don't eat seafood?
No.
What's wrong with you?
I don't eat.
I wouldn't either.
Like, look,
What's
if
wrong
it's
with both of you losers,
if it doesn't wander around and eat grass, I'm not interested. And if it's something that I can't identify sitting on my plate, I ain't eating it either.
Really?
No, I've got a real problem with that. I'm a real basic food kind of guy.
I'm very anti-sushi too, so.
Yeah, but you eat all kinds of weird shit. I see.
Hey, White Castle isn't weird.
No, but I see
Bite your tongue.
I see the weird shit you put on your page. Like, you'll eat some bizarre shit.
Well,
and you're the guy that eats head cheese, Tad. I don't know anybody that eats head cheese.
Whoa. I thought that was restricted from the airwaves.
Well, we had to bring it out there. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, from those areas, like, there's places that you can go and you can kind of, if you're a regular American eater, it's not real hard. But I don't think over there it's like that.
No, you can get, Kobe beef, man.
Yeah.
It's the kind of beef they fly in here and charge us $1 million for.
It's expensive over there, though, or is it cheap there?
I don't know. I guess I'm going to find out.
Okay.
I will tell you one thing, though, and this is from years ago. I remember a YouTube video where you go into this sushi house and they take a fish out of the tank and they fillet one side and they put it on your plate, and that's what you eat. And then they throw the fish back in the tank, and it lives with one side of it gone until somebody else orders the same fish.
Why the fuck would anybody do that?
It's fresh.
But that's fucking weird, dude.
Why would that shit in Florida?
Yeah, but why? I mean, like
My brother and I have caught blackfish in the winter and eaten it right on the boat. It's good. You just have to.
Yeah. I'll take your word for it.
You guys got to step out of your shell.
The human race evolved a long time ago. There ain't no reason to not cook shit.
You mean to cook food?
Yeah. Look, Zog, whoever it was, figured out fire one day.
Zog?
Whatever.
Was it Zog?
Might have been.
Don't spread misinformation.
He invented the wheel right after that.
I couldn't even think about that. Well, that's one of the things that would probably keep me from wanting to go to a place like that.
You know what? Sadly, you could think of it if you were hungry enough. But we here in the United States are never hungry.
Oh, no, I'm hungry all the time.
Even the poor people could dial up White Castle on their cell phone and...
Yeah, they're McDonald's people.
I would probably perish.
No, you wouldn't.
I think I would.
You wouldn't. It's proven. You'd eat a bug.
Well, Jeff said they have McDonald's in Japan, so...
Yeah, that's right. Jeff's been all over. He was an enlisted person, so he's been all over the place. Well,
he's been in Japan?
Yeah.
Why isn't he here? I could be talking to him.
Oh, there you go.
He could tell me what to do there.
I was looking at his fucked up connecting rod today sitting on the counter, the one rod that I took off the piston. I'm like, man, that thing's pretty banged up. I should have brought that up here so you could look at it. It's bent like in two planes, like crunched.
Wow.
It's pretty crazy.
I think in the LS forum world, they call it folded.
Okay.
It folded a rod.
Whatever. It's pretty fucked up. And the more I look at it, the more fucked up it is. So, okay, long story short, you're not going to be around for 2 weeks. So we'll have to see if Bud wants to come in. And I would like to get Sloppy Matt to come in directly.
Yeah.
Because I think that'd be good to have him, here to actually talk to. I think it'd be fun.
I agree.
That'd be good. And on a auto parts note and a car note, we can. I don't know if
we're going to talk about car shit.
Yeah, we are. I don't know if we ever talked about Jason Dozier having his hood explode or his intake explode.
Or like you said, the Bugs Bunny cartoon of his hood.
Yeah, I mean, like if you think back to like the Bugs Bunny cartoons when somebody gets whacked with a pan or something, and there's just the impression
of their face in the pan. Yeah,
he's got like an intake pattern in his hood.
It was perfect when you said that. We were laughing.
It was methanol injection that lit off. And, I talked to you about, potential, maybe there was a valve that was fractured.
Yep.
And what's the term of that? Chordal fracture. Like a little pie piece comes up. And then it might not have been bad. It might have just been a crack, but then under high boost, you get a flame front that travels up through the valve and then boom, But he was... I
think it's a little louder than that.
Pistons. Did you ever get anywhere on the 3800 bore stuff?
Yeah, we can do them.
You can do them?
Yeah, absolutely.
How much do those things weigh? Like if you left them,
I'd have to look at like our 3980 stuff, and I could probably figure it out. I mean, we could figure it out. We can cat it up and do mass properties and figure it out. They're gonna be heavy.
Yeah. Well, what is heavy at a 3800 bore piston?
Maybe 400.
Well, I mean, hear me out on this, and this could just be my thought process. We did all that stupid Circle Track stuff, 2-barrel pistons.
I remember that.
Pistons are 500 and something grams because they were the 4-barrel one. You probably know what they weigh.
Yeah.
They're more than 500.
With a pin.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I guess. Like what were the 4-barrel ones? Like 550?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's 550. If that piston's 400, and I mean, it is a 3800 bore, so it ain't like you got, a 4-inch pin.
It's not that heavy.
It's not that heavy.
No.
I mean, I'd keep the strength in the skirt area. I mean, I wouldn't do much in the way of internal milling. I'd want to keep the piston structure.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Because those things don't want to rev anyway.
No, and I mean, we're using the same rod that you would use normally. So like the force on the rod, that rod would control a piston that's markedly heavier in a very large bore motor. So I think that reliability, because of the piston weight, should go way
Would
up.
you want to put a lighter rod in it? Do you have any reason?
No.
I mean, we talked about that zillions of times when you were still doing engines.
I wouldn't think with the boost.
Well, none of us believe that rod weight or even assembly weight has anything to do with power.
No, I don't. I mean, I'm sure there's mathematician types that would completely disagree, and I'm sure the cup guys do.
Make algorithms?
I mean, the cup guys, they worry about every gram and everything in the engine, and I mean, I could understand that, but this is sort of like the pro stock thing. You're so close. Everybody's so close. They're looking for everything, and lighter should be better unless you got into the case like the titanium pins that deflected,
right?
And it unloaded the rings and everything,
right?
I'm not in a drag race scenario. I'm not afraid of the heaviest, strongest connecting rod I could put in it, as long as it's not so heavy that it's tearing itself apart.
Yep.
So, I mean, why do you ask?
Oh, well, because we have a couple iterations of connector rods. We can save probably 100 grams per rod if you wanted to offset the piston, if you wanted to. You being an engine builder and all.
Well, let's have a conversation about that real quick, because I had a little bit of this conversation with someone else.
It's a little bit thinner beam, it's a little bit thinner blade, and it's a 3/8 bolt.
What is it, like an H light?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a great name for it too.
H light.
Yeah,
that's what we call it.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't. You may also make rods that are turbo tough.
Yeah.
What is turbo tough? And I'm not trying to be a Manley advertisement.
It's a trademark name for our import rods.
Okay.
2JZ, Subaru.
So there is no turbo tough small block Chevy rod.
No, we call them lightweight, heavyweight.
Okay.
He's writing.
No, I'm not writing. I'm
drawing stick people.
Collecting my thoughts. I'm never, in the years of doing it, never had an H-beam rod fail.
Nope.
Like just fail. By the way, who was the first person in a company to make an H-beam rod? First company to make H-beams.
Don't tell me.
Now we need the camera on you.
No, I know the answer.
In the automotive world anyway, because Tad might pull some fucking stupid airplane fact out of his ass.
It was probably Carrillo.
Nope.
That's what my guess was going to be.
No.
Wait.
Nope. Think about a Vega.
Oh, I know.
Give me a letter.
See?
It's not Carrillo.
No. Indy cars.
Second letter.
Cosworth?
Yep.
I didn't know they were first.
They were the guys.
But they're from England.
Yes.
You said in this country.
I have never had, even with the import rods, I didn't say in this country, I meant like period, just cause, did I say country?
Yeah.
I was the first people to make an H-beam rod.
You straight up fucked me.
All right, well, it's tough. How do you like it?
Go back to the tape.
Dickhead. I have never had an H-beam rod of virtually any quality just fail.
You've never done anything with boost either.
No, I have not. And that's why I would like to have this conversation. When you look at a house and they've got a beam in it, like in your basement or something, you've got a beam.
Yeah.
You can see the structure of the beam, how the beam is placed to support the load.
Right.
The H-beam rod, is there an advantage in one particular plane over the H-beam?
Yep.
Okay. And now, is that not conducive to boost?
Yes. It is not.
It's not.
Correct.
So essentially the other types of rods, the forces.
The I-beams.
I-beams are better.
Correct. Ask me how I know.
How do you know?
Because back in
the day,
I want to say, I was going to say that. Sorry. Like 2000, we were getting into the sport compact world, and we had a guy on our team his name was Gary Gardella. He was a big Honda guy. And we started sponsoring him because we had to learn about sport compact because we were late to the game and we had to get involved. Well, anyway, we got involved with him for a couple of years, and he got picked up by General Motors, and GM changed him from Honda to Ecotech.
Yeah.
Ecotech. So, and they were running Carrillo and our pistons, and they might not have started with our pistons, but anyway, they were running Carrillo rods. And when they got to the 50-pound range in boost, which back then was ridiculously huge, like everything now is 50 pounds, but back then 50 pounds was crazy, right? They started bending rods. They were bending rods every, I think 5 to 7 runs. And they actually made a little tool that they would put in a spark plug hole, and it would tell them how bad the rod is bent, and they would know.
So like if the rod was shortening.
Yeah. And they would know
Holy shit.
They would know when to take it out. So they contracted us to make some 300M I-beams, and we did. And they immediately went from 5 to 7 runs to 18 runs. And they shared with us the data of the bending planes of an H-beam and an I-beam. And this is by far not a knock on Carrillo rods.
Right. It's just the design parameter of the rod. Yeah. Gotcha.
So the bending plane that we had was better, and that really helped us in the connecting rod area, that data. So, yeah, that's that story.
See, because I have had rods fail you and I both know when you're trying to dissect, or figure out why a motor failed when you're looking at a box of parts. I mean, we've done it a million times.
Yep.
You're looking at a wrist pin in a million pieces.
Yep.
It's like, well, here's what might have happened. And even then, it's not, it's sometimes hard to get to 100%.
Yep.
But when you've got a connecting rod that the small end is connected by the pin to the piston.
Yep.
And it's stuck at the top of the bore.
Yep.
And the big end and the remnant of the beam
is moving free
and beat the shit out of everything within approximation of it.
Yeah, the rod manufacturer hates that scenario.
Yeah, because there's just nothing you can say that, well, wasn't our fault.
Yeah.
It broke.
Something hit it.
Yeah. Whoa, hold on. I have had that happen.
No, you can.
You broke a camshaft first and it fell down and broke your rods. I'm like, the camshaft's a one piece, jerk off. Now what?
Well, no, in fairness, you can have parts scatter.
Yeah.
And nick a rod and then a rod.
You might have been the one that told me that.
Well, I mean,
when you were sliding back towards your Ask Frank First douchebaggery days when we were talking about something. I don't remember.
Maybe.
But yeah, they said a cam can fall down.
Sounds like me.
And actually break the rod. But we've had that happen.
And then I probably looked around your shop for a cam in a couple of pieces. I'll say,
there it is. You hit it.
Yeah. That's a Ford cam though.
The H-beam rod versus the I-beam, I have had eyes fail. And I think, was it when Alan was here, we talked about the Oliver rods?
Well, I'm sure you talked about failures a lot when Alan was here.
Oh, damn.
Come on, man.
That was good.
You led him right into that one.
Alan even has to be right with that one.
Even Alan smiled about that, yeah.
We had the Oliver rods fail in the super stock. I don't know if you were around then, but I'll recap. They released those rods. They were like one of the first ones approved, and the motors went out after making 50 passes on stock rods with 3/8 bolts. They get like 5 to 7. They were all breaking. It was happening in Indy.
Yep.
I mean, and it wasn't just us. It was everybody.
Good times.
The rods were heavier than stock. Everything about them should have been better. This is one of those things that you look at it, that's never going to fucking break again. And it did.
Hey, newsflash.
Yes.
Howard said he's going to call you tomorrow.
Really?
I wonder if he's listening.
That's a hell of a lunch.
You've heard that before?
Yes.
All right, good. Sorry to interrupt.
Because we do have an update on where things are going, especially after talking to Howard with my project.
Yep.
Because I've side note, the reason for the busyness and everything that's been going on this couple of weeks.
Yep.
This made life in many directions much better. So I mean, as far as the car thing goes, we're good. But I
would decipher that for everybody, but I'm not going to embarrass Mike.
Thank you. I have had over the time of being involved with building engines, seen I-beams fail.
Yep.
Like the Olivers that went 5 passes instead of 50 that we get on stock rods with, SPS bolts.
Yep. Can I interrupt for one more second?
Yes.
I just saw Jeff Chang just tuned in, and we got a shout out to him. He just had his first child.
Oh, congrats.
He sent me a picture last night. Sends me a picture of the baby, and it says Chang 2.0.
Well, congrats, Jeff. That's cool.
He's got a little ninja. So, all right, good. Sorry, go.
Oh, we are so insensitive.
No, the kid's a little ninja.
Little ninja. Yeah. I guess he says he's a ninja. Yeah, I guess so. Okay. So let's go. Are there properties of an I-beam rod that make it worse for longevity in a conventional sense?
No, I don't think so. I think you can't. I don't think you can put the mass in the same areas in an I-beam as an H-beam to make a. And I could be wrong. I haven't studied that portion of it. Maybe I should. But to make it as durable as an H-beam, you can't get an H-beam as light as an I-beam and have it safe either.
Okay.
So, and both of those comments are kind of ridiculous because yes, you can get one as light, and yes, you can get an I-beam as durable, but what I'm saying is the physical envelope probably wouldn't allow it.
Okay. So when we're talking about high boost applications, like
aluminum.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not doing that.
No. But we're not talking about high boost.
So
we can go either way. I mean, an H-beam at 20 to 25 pounds is fine.
Well, I mean, and I talked about this with a couple people, to take the motor out of the Corvette.
Yep.
It's not like, to me, and when a lot of people think about taking the motor out, like taking the motor out of a Mustang. You open the hood, take your shit off, put a chain on it, pick it up, pull it out.
Mm-hmm.
At least the Mustangs that like most people would drag race. Mm-hmm. That's not how this works. You can, from what I understand, get out from the top. But anybody that does that, it's a lot more work. It's a lot more aggravation. You take them out from the bottom.
Yeah. Everything I've seen at Howard's place, they unbolt everything, put the car in a lift, and then
body goes up, and the rest of the shit that makes the car move is on the ground.
Yeah.
From the engine back.
And it helps everything.
Mm-hmm.
The wiring, everything is right.
Much easier to do.
Yeah.
I agree. That being said, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. You know, I mean,
I didn't think you were going to do it anyway.
No, I'm not the initial time, but I mean, if I have a
for maintenance
fucking engine break or whatever, you think I'm going to go fucking trundle to wherever, to Howard or whatever. Howard, could you put my motor in, please? You know, fucking dork. I'm competent. I can do all that stuff. It just doesn't mean I want to.
Not so sure about that.
Oh, I watched you do the front springs in your.
I'm a working motherfucker, ain't I? I ain't no punk.
Your brother got dizzy trying to push the front axle back so you could get the bolt in, but
no, I'm not.
He gets dizzy in the shower.
I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed to working. I'm not opposed to doing that. But I don't want. I want to go for as reliable as I possibly can in the areas that are the hardest to get to, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
So
we'll put a big fat H-beam in the thing.
Okay.
And never think about it again.
And you think that's it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I do. Personally, I don't think we would lose with the light H-beam either. I really don't. But why bother?
Well, I don't, well, that's exactly it.
It's another half pound of boost.
Well, I don't care about the heavier or lighter H-beam, but I mean more than anything about the configuration of the rod. If you said, look, a real good 300M I-beam is going to be stronger than the H-beam, I'm leery about it because of what I've had happen.
Yeah. No, I think we'll be fine.
Okay.
I mean, Jason is fine with a stock sintered iron Chevrolet connecting rod, right?
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't
it? I would I'm kind of superstitious, but I would bet we're not going to have a connecting rod problem.
Okay.
We might have something else, but it's not going to be a rod.
Okay. All right. So Manley can make that piston.
Yeah.
That is something you should probably put in your catalog, don't you think?
Yeah, we've been talking about it.
I mean, there's so many people that are doing this.
Yeah. Somebody did it already too, but we're going to do it. We are going to do it.
All right, good. All right, so that gets a rod conversation out of the way now that we started talking about it.
Yep.
I don't even know what we were talking about. You were talking about going to China or Japan or whatever, and then
Japan.
Then we got sidetracked into connecting rods.
By you mean you.
Probably.
Yeah.
My fault.
That's all right. Tad?
Yes.
Are you going to talk at all?
Any questions, Tad, from the listeners?
I'm reading. They're both mostly listening to us or
talking amongst themselves.
Talking 40 psi on 76 millimeter turbos.
In that chat room, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I don't think they really care about us.
Like they just go there to bullshit.
They talk with each other. Yeah,
we're talking in the background with background noise.
Yeah, some of these assholes will say something worthwhile.
Like if you put on music and we just sat here, I think they'd be fine, as long as it wasn't rap or something like that. And maybe rap would work. I don't know. Christian music.
Nah.
Maybe they wouldn't even notice, right? We'd be playing Happy Birthday 100 times and they wouldn't even get it.
We'll play a replay show one day and see if they fucking...
We always listen to you guys, so...
All right, I'm wrong.
That's Jeff, though, so...
All right, so anyway, Jason, the reason for bringing up the pistons is when I was talking to Jason, he had mentioned that, putting a better piston in it. Like, what kind of stuff would you do? And to me, it makes sense. And, I think it was Jeff Hester said, aren't we LS to death? Yeah, I kind of agree. And I said it in the chat last night when we weren't going to come on. I went in there to make sure anybody came there knew we weren't coming on. That was probably, out of all the times that I've been wrong, that's probably the worst wrong.
When were you wrong?
I said, I remember when GM released the 97 Corvette, and I said, boy, they have fucked everything up now.
Yeah, you were wrong.
The small block Chevy is over.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to fucking lose all their aftermarket, and nobody's going to fuck with these things. My God.
Yeah.
That was huge.
But didn't we think of that when the fuel injection of the TPI came out? Oh, you can't touch a car anymore. Geez, why'd they do that?
Yeah, probably. Probably was getting that mindset.
That first started with that electronic quadrijet that they had.
Yeah.
Remember that? That was a shit show.
Yeah, the metering rods clicked up.
Yeah.
When you started to turn the ignition on.
And then you got the electric carburetor, the TBI.
Yeah.
That was goofy. I remember it was that 84 Corvette thing. Wasn't it 84 that had that crossfire? They had two
crossfire
that
injection.
Nobody liked.
Yeah, the TBI
1 year.
Yeah, the TBI didn't suck to begin with, so let's put two of them on the car. Fan-fucking-tastic.
Put the 4+3 or
the disaster.
I got to tell you though, Chevrolet did a great job with the LS, but the 80s, I bet you all of them would like to flush the 80s with the body designs, the engine, everything about the 80s was awful, wasn't it? Or was it?
No, the Grand National was in the 80s. I love the Grand National.
Good hairband music.
Oh, God.
I know. Makes Ted's skin crawl. Well, you would think that GM, they did what they did with the Grand National, and every car guy looked at the Grand National and said, well, a V8's got to be coming, right? With one of these things on it. They got it. They got to just like, look, you did it on a little one. Let's do it on a big one. Yeah. Never happened.
Yep. I know. It's weird.
Never happened. And they put that motor in what, a Firebird?
Yep.
Another one they put it in.
Then the Cyclone.
And the Cyclone and the Typhoon.
Well, wasn't a Cyclone a bag of shit because that was a 200 V6? That wasn't a Buick?
No, it was a 4.3.
4.3.
Yeah, but the block couldn't take.
Well, wasn't it it was a 4.3 GM? I mean, a Chevy.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a Chevy, not the Buick.
It wasn't the Buick.
No.
Right.
I thought those things were broke shit all the time.
Well, they did because that was the balance shaft deal.
Okay. Yeah.
When NASCAR figured out, obviously, just to put a crank in the thing, because that was a common pin. Wait a minute. That was a kind of fucked up thing. Yes. That wasn't a common pin, but it was a 90 degree, but it had some kind of common pin crank. That's why they had that stupid balance shaft in it.
I guess. I don't know.
No?
I never looked at one.
I had one of them. I had a Blazer, one of them. And there was
a bunch of S10s like that, but they're just plain old whatevers. No boost or nothing.
Oh, so the Cyclone didn't have the same motor? I thought it did.
I don't know. I never had one.
I thought that thing was pretty cool.
Well, I liked it, all-wheel drive and all that.
But even back then, like all those advancements, I thought that this is great because the technology is going to get applied,
and they didn't,
and they never did it,
right?
And then they went to somebody. So I mentioned somebody talking about OptiSpark. That was that front drive distributor bullshit that my brother's Firebird had.
Wow.
That thing fucked up like 500,000 times, and they were $1 million to buy them when you had to at first.
How about the 864 Caddy?
Oh yeah,
the first. Displacement on demand deal.
Yeah, see, but that kind of shit didn't bother me because nobody would have been fucking with them anyway. But like the beginning to me of
I thought we were just talking failures.
Well, yeah, well, I mean we could, but I thought the beginning of the end of the small block Chevy was the LT4, LT1 and LT4 reverse cooled things,
right? And
then I thought when they finally figured that okay, look, this isn't going to work, they'd just go back and be like these were these, like the TBI Corvettes, and then they went to the LS and look what's happened. So yeah, we have probably talked about LSs too much, but people are putting them in fucking Mustangs.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when Anthony put a small block in a Mustang, everybody was like walking up to him with a cross.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Yeah.
And now people are doing it. So, yeah, look, they're popular. So,
well, he started winning with it, so.
Yep. I'm not hating on the Ford guys, but, to me, the LS stuff is where everybody's going.
I found another Facebook group, which is LS versus mod. So they're big arguments there of who's got the better engine.
Well, honestly, the mod thing is pretty cool, but it's a monstrosity.
Yeah.
They're enormous. You can't put them in anything.
They're like 7 feet wide, aren't they?
They're like 9 feet wide.
Well, I was watching a Koenigsegg thing on TV the other night, and that's what they are, right? They're actually a mod motor.
Yeah.
And I'm watching the guy put the head on, and I'm like, that fucking thing, by the time you got the cam boxes and the timing chain, they're massive.
And the other head's in a different area, Cody. I think you got to call on a phone to talk to the guy working on the other side of the motor.
It's crazy, but from a technology standpoint, overhead cam.
Yeah,
I would think they are actually a better motor, but better for what?
Well, better for making power.
Yeah, but not better for the garden variety guy that wants to pop them in a car.
No,
I mean the LS is pretty much the ideal platform.
Well, it's like they say, everybody's like, oh, let's see a mod swapped into something. That's why the LSs are everywhere. They're so small they fit.
It's true.
Yeah, well, if you're going to put a mod in something, you probably need a torch for most cars that are out there.
Actually, I've seen mods in those old Ford pickups that are, really wide, and they're cool.
But they had a huge engine compartment. They fit the FEs, so.
Right. I like in an early Mustang, you couldn't even fit one.
Mm-hmm.
Not without getting one of those kits that gets rid of the shock towers.
Yeah.
Well, now they make K members to put. So that's why we end up talking about the LSs, because now there's a way to do this that still blows my mind that somebody like Jason or anybody could do this with one of those 5.3s out of a junkyard.
Right.
And do this and they survive as long as they do. That's amazing. The fact that you can buy stuff to put them in just about every kind of car at this point is amazing.
Yeah, all the K-frames are available for Mopar, Ford, and everything.
Yeah, and I would probably think that Chrysler was hoping that their Hemi series was going to get the same traction that the LS did, but that didn't seem to happen.
It's happening a little bit. I mean, that's a good engine. It's very similar to the LS.
Yeah. It's a pushrod motor, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And they make power. The head's really good. The internals are very good, that are made for them.
Twin spark plugs. Ooh.
Yeah. But I just think they haven't had enough time in the market. Like,
yeah, but design-wise, are they strong enough to be okay?
Yeah. I mean, they're very close to an LS, extremely close.
Oh, sort of like, remember when they said like how cars are going to look the same because they all have to be aerodynamic and all that crap? You're not going to see that much difference in cars.
Yep.
Then blocks. How far are you going to go with blocks? I mean, when everybody comes on a real good, strong block.
Well, yeah, the 90-degree basic configuration. And I mean, it's surprising that the pushrod side of things has lasted as long as it has.
Well, that's what all the Ford guys always pick on the Chevys. Oh, you got push rods. You're ancient. They work.
Yeah, I mean,
they do work.
I don't have to buy 4 cams. So
yeah, I mean, but it's the push rod is the older school stuff.
Yep.
And I think even the Top Gear guys picked on push rods motor. Like, it's mad. They have a push rod motor. Yeah, I get it. But, from a packaging perspective and everything, they work fine.
Yeah, it's just easier.
Been doing that for many, many years.
And they will continue to, I guess at some point maybe Chevy and Dodge will get rid of them. But I don't think there's anything in the near future. Nothing that I've heard. And why would they? I mean, once you get something to the point where it's as reliable as that stuff is, why would you change it?
Well, what's really going to happen, and we know it's going to happen, we just don't know the mechanism it's going to happen, is camless. Yeah. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, but that's what Koenigsegg's playing with, but
they're
Uber cars. We can't afford them.
They are. But I mean,
a lot of people have been working on that for a long time.
I'm sure, because like we've talked about it, if you can make that valve action, whatever you want, you now have you have the cam catalog book in your software. I mean, that's fantastic.
Think about Comp Cams, how they feel about it.
Oh yeah, sure, they're thrilled.
Yeah.
They know. You know what they'd end up doing? They'd end up selling lobes. They'd end up you download a lobe.
Yeah.
You download a performance, characteristic.
But then what's to stop you from? Hey, I'll just email you the lobe. It's like
it's copy protection. We can't talk about pirates.
Yeah,
it's no good. So, so when you get the LS stuff, more sorted out, figure out what the piston's going to weigh and everything. Because Jason actually wanted to know if he'd get a set.
Yeah, he can.
So, and I'm sure you'd help him out and take.
Sure, absolutely. I'd like to have him in that car. I like that car.
Me too.
Needs a hood.
Yeah, he needs
or 2. What, do you go through a couple of hoods?
Though that was that plastic intake.
Yeah.
So I guess they just come apart like that.
He launched it.
Yeah, that was. They're great pictures. They're funny. All right, so you wanted to pick on me about detailing.
Yeah, no, I wanted to pick on you about never looking at our Facebook page too. I was at the show, and one of the mornings that I had a meeting was with a supercharger company that they're doing a couple of cars and they want us involved and blah blah blah. Nice supercharger company too, by the way, for you Ford guys. If you could take time off from driving into a crowd somewhere, you can check out VMP.
Those Fords are just Mustangs.
I don't know.
I think that's just Mustangs.
Yeah, VMP superchargers, and no, they're not paying us. They didn't sign up, and I know it sounds like a commercial, but they make nice stuff. It's pretty cool. But anyway, so they were right next to Norton Automotive Refinishing Supplies. So I took a picture of these guys that sell polishers and wax and all kind of abrasive shit, and I put it on our Facebook page, and I tagged it as Mike's Posse. And I was waiting for hatred all week, and I got nothing. So then tonight I'm driving to the show. I'm like, do you ever fucking look at our Facebook page? And he's like, no, I really like Twitter better. I'm like, you ass. So then I finally, and you still didn't look, right?
No, actually I didn't.
Of course not. Fucking failure.
I wanted to when I sat down up here.
And then you got the phone call from Sergey or
Vitaly.
Whatever.
There we go.
Oleg.
We just got a congratulations.
Vitaly Matashenko.
We just got a congratulations for cracking 1,000 likes on your Facebook page.
Oh, really?
So I guess
that was like 2 weeks ago.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're at like
Better late than never.
2020.
I wouldn't know.
No, of course you wouldn't know. How would you know?
Yeah, Mike wouldn't know.
It's this is I can say something here that now I understand why my dad would get mad when we had a ton of work to do, and I was sitting there fucking off.
Yeah.
Because like looking at the and look, don't get me wrong, my fucking off and doing everything I do with computer stuff put me where I am today. So I'm thankful for that. But when you have shit to get done, when you're doing it for yourself and you realize that you haven't had a chance to look at something, now you can really understand why an employer is so bothered by somebody who's fucking with Facebook while they're at work.
Yeah.
I didn't not look at it. Usually I do. And I'll go respond, I'll tease somebody, I'll put up a funny graphic or something.
Yeah.
And that group that I guess we're not supposed to say the name of it, but that's a fucking great group.
That's a great group.
That is a great group.
I got to be an administrator on that group. So I got to start getting rid of
the pictures that like that Christmas tree picture.
Yeah.
That's where that came from.
Yep.
That's fucking anybody wants a Christmas tree picture, just hit me up on Facebook and I'll post it somewhere. Yeah. That was pretty good.
Yeah, you need to send that to your.
So, but no, I don't look at it. But with the carpet cleaning guys, anyway, not carpet cleaning guys, but the detailing guys.
Yeah.
Did they have any cool shit or did you not look?
Of course I didn't look. Why would I look at that? You're the only idiot that looks at that stuff. Yeah, I'm going to stop. Yeah, there's everything that a car guy wants in the world. Superchargers, heads, everything.
Ooh, look at that detail stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to go
and
look
what doesn't matter if your car looks like ass?
Yeah, I would pay somebody to fix my car up, to polish it. I wouldn't buy a...
I can't have any joy at anything, can I?
No, you can. You absolutely can, but that doesn't mean I have to have the same joy.
Well, can I tell you what I bought over this week?
I can only imagine.
Of course you can. I bought a carpet extractor.
Yeah.
A carpet extractor.
Yes. It's like...
Was that pull the carpet out of your fucking bedroom or something?
No.
It sucks.
It's like a pressurized, hot water.
Oh, so it shoots hot water in
and
the
then
front
vacuums it off. Yep.
Oh.
I bought one.
For the house?
For anything.
He
started threatening me when your car dirt when your
I think I have one of them.
Yeah, but this isn't like a Bissell, dude. This is a
That's
real
what
one.
I have. That's what I have. It's the little mean green machine.
Oh, that little stupid thing. Yeah. Looks like a fucking reject from Star Wars R2D2.
Well, I didn't plan on cleaning 50,000 square feet of carpet.
Well, years and years ago, and I think I mentioned this, John and I both worked at a place that was right on 22 called Tidy Car. And we were detail jockeys. We're trying to make some money. We were younger kids. And that's all the way back then is where I remember that stupid polisher I bought. That's where it was. But they also had carpet cleaning stuff. And I'm looking at the carpet in the excursion saying, man, that's a fucking mess. This is like, 20 years of stuff.
You've lost your mind.
So
I tried to whisper that.
So I said, I'm gonna look at the carpet cleaning things like I remember from Tidy Car. They've made quite advancements. It's pretty.
Well, all right. I'm not going to hate on you, but couldn't you have just gone to a detail shop and have them done your carpet?
But that takes the
Can't
fun
you
out
get a
of it.
little satisfaction out of doing something yourself?
Sorry, my bad.
So yeah, they've gotten pretty interesting.
I got to turn over a new leaf here. I'm going to have to.
Why?
If you're going to keep doing stupid shit and I can't talk about it, I don't know.
You can talk about it all you want. I'm quite proud of my carpet cleaner. And and like I told you were going to sell your stupid ass Subaru. I said, bring it up here and I'll polish that bitch up and it'll be perfect. And if you had a stain that one of your male companions left on the floor of the car,
all right.
we could clean it up for you. That's all I'm saying.
That's just wrong.
But it's a neat piece. Yeah. So that'll be here next week.
Good.
And I bought a snowblower. I told you that.
Now that I'm psyched about.
Got the Honda snowblower. I didn't buy the hybrid. I bought they make a hybrid. You laugh.
Yeah, they do.
They make a hybrid snowblower, and that's a hell of a machine, but I ain't spending $8,000 on a snowblower.
Well, you didn't notice because you don't go on Facebook. It's a remote control snowblower where you sit inside, it goes out like your iRobot.
I did see one. It's like Roomba, yeah.
Yeah, it goes out, but you could put a lawnmower attachment on during the summer or a leaf blower.
Yeah.
Now hang on a minute. Are you talking about the same thing I'm talking about? This thing is a diesel electric thing. It's my bog or something.
I don't know, but I saw what he saw. It pulls out of your garage.
It's $4,000 or something like that.
And blows snow.
Is it big?
It's autonomous.
Yeah, it's pretty big. It's autonomous. It's got a.
It's like a little John Deere lawn tractor.
Yeah, but
it's attached to the weather, so it knows summer leaves.
I was looking at YouTube when I was looking at snowblower videos again. And now I end up back to the
wormhole.
Thing. Did he just say it's attached to the weather?
Yes.
Okay.
Meaning that it must monitor the weather.
Okay.
That's internet monitoring.
But I was looking for a specific thing about the snowblower to see because it's hydrostatic, and I wanted to know if they did the actual steering now and individual levers instead of dragging a thing.
Because you got the cats.
Yeah, and I ran across this stupid. It's not stupid. It's insane, but it's a diesel electric. It's made overseas somewhere, and it's OG is in the name.
Unimog?
It might be something like that. This thing's stupid. It's a diesel electric and it's remote controlled. Like that must be what they make it for, because there ain't a place for a person to sit on it.
And you just drive it with a joystick?
Yeah. The thing, it's ridiculous.
How cool is that?
It is cool, but I mean that can't be what Tad's talking about, because there's no way that fucking thing's $4,000.
No, the $4,000 one's pretty cool. It docks itself in your garage, and
like the
when it snows,
this is nothing.
You open a door and it goes out and blows the snow.
No, this thing is diesel electric, serious piece of equipment. I'm sure that thing I was looking at probably like
for your back
$50,000.
40.
Yeah, like $50,000.
Yeah. So you bought the 1332?
Yeah.
That's a bad dude.
That means it'll never snow.
I know, that's what I told you.
Oh yeah.
Never snow again.
Honda does not fuck around. When they make something, doesn't matter what it is, generator, snowblower.
Then why'd you make fun of me for having Hondas?
I do. When did I make fun of you?
I used to have Hondas, and you're like, gee, what that?
I did?
Yeah, with the S2000.
I apologize. I would never make fun of an S2000.
Mike liked that car.
I did like the car.
I do too. I like them now.
Turned at 1 million RPMs. It was fun.
Yeah. What motor's in that? F22?
That's before that. It's
K22?
It's the one out of the NSX.
F20?
4-cylinder. I don't remember.
Look it up. You're the guy.
I gotta work now.
Yep. Sorry, Mike.
Yeah, but I
Back
wanted
to your carpet cleaner.
Well, it wasn't even the carpet cleaner. It was just about all the dumb shit I bought over the weekend. I bought a snowblower. I bought a carpet cleaner. But the one thing that I'm not going to be buying,
yes,
is lights for my truck.
We were going to get to that.
I don't know if we even broached this whole subject, but I got to tell you, if this is how much you can sell lights for, then I should stop everything I'm manufacturing now and move right into lights and just come up with a cool name and put $1 million price tag on it, because somebody's getting a fucking here, because there is no way.
Well, forget about the name and the logo, because we wouldn't be able to come up with that.
This is true. This is true.
And T-shirt, forget about it.
So I put a plow on the Excursion.
Yep.
Because I have enough stuff to take care of. I got to take care of my mom. I got to take care of this whole place, the area around the building, the driveway, everything. That's the reason for the snowblower, because where we live, my mom has sidewalks. If you don't do the sidewalks, the township fines you.
Yeah.
And you have no choice. You have to pay it, or they attach your taxes or some shit. So, all this stuff is just to make my life easier to take care of everything I need to take care of. One thing that I've noticed is I have a Western plow, and it's got, the typical plow bug eyes. And all you people that don't live where it don't snow, you don't understand. But there's no peripheral light with these things. They just suck, All right, so Tom's laughing, so somebody's fucking with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody asked if you have a Flowbee.
Yeah.
A Flowbee? What the fuck's a Flowbee?
That's the thing that you put in your hair and with the vacuum cleaner.
No Flowbee.
You have all the latest, home gadgets.
He might have one, but go ahead.
It's an F20.
F20.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I started looking at lights, because I figured that what I'd do is I'd get a light, because I had hella 500s on my pickup years ago.
Yep.
And they were amazingly bright.
Yep.
So I figured I'd start looking for, they've got these like LED light bars and all this crap now.
I'm familiar.
And you find some of these things that are like cheap. They're like $150. So I was like, well, what are the real ones? This eBay shit and fucking Amazon stuff, there's got to be real ones. So I wandered my ass over to KC just to take a look.
Uh-oh. The name brand.
So they have a couple different generations of lights. And when I looked at a light that's LEDs that are two, just kind of like side by side, they're like maybe 4 inches in diameter.
Yep.
A pair of them was $409.
Whoa. Oof. They can't be that much all over. Well,
if you bought a 50-inch wide light bar that would go on the top of the truck, they're over $2,000.
Come on.
Those things are pretty brutal, though, aren't they?
Wait a minute. I saw this stuff when I was in Dubai. Because those guys put it on their razors and their dune buggies. When it's hot out, they drive around at night in the desert.
Yep.
And they have lights.
I'm sure they do.
Serious lights. In fact, I'm going to pull up a picture. But I could swear I saw that stuff at the China market, because we went to a China market one day.
They'll copy anything, dude. So I don't doubt it.
Yeah, but that's not how it works. The KC probably gets them from the people in China, and they can't sell enough, so the Chinese release it and sell the same stuff.
Well, they KC has a couple different lights, and that wasn't particularly where I wanted to go. This is like the YouTube loop, but when you get into researching something, you end up in 17,000 different places. So you go from Hella, you go here, and just something made me go to KC. But I mean, they have, I mean, how the fuck could you spend $2,000 on lights that are, I mean, these things are goofy. They're in little aluminum housings and they're like 4-inch diameter lenses.
Yeah.
They're little tiny things. And they pivot and twist and all kinds of stuff. So probably some of it is the cool factor, why they're charging that much. But if you go to their light that they call, it's a Gravity series light, Gravity G6 or whatever, there'll be 8 of those across. That thing was like, I think, $1,700. Wow. I mean, this is stupid.
That is stupid money. I'm looking for a picture right now because I got to show you. By the way, since we have a little break in Mike's technology conversation that we're having, did people not ask were people not asking when we're going to have Paul on from Injector Dynamics?
Lots of people, actually.
Yeah. I mean,
it happened in the chat room the other night, and an injector guy, and I know.
Can we go back to the chat logs and screenshot that?
I think I sent you one of them.
Okay, because I think I saw it on our YouTube deal too. I mean our Facebook page too.
Yeah, it's on Facebook, all kinds of stuff.
Because he just said, "I bet people aren't asking for him," and I just said how much. So now I might be able to make some money on this deal.
Get me down on 20 on that, $20. I got to buy a light bar.
I know I could screenshot it.
Yeah, well, I think I had actually sent you just the other day.
Yeah, you did.
So just send him that.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
So here you go, fucker. How much is it worth to you?
I'm probably not going to say fucker.
I don't know. I thought you said he's a little nuts.
He's yeah.
So he could handle. He's a car guy. They can handle an F word.
Oh yeah, he could take it.
Bad word here.
He's
and
a
there.
cool guy. He's very. I think he's very smart.
Well, I'd love to have him come on because the injector side of things is something that we've never discovered and never discussed, and there's a lot there.
I know.
And I mean, this goes all the way back to the discussion about the pro stock stuff. That, making this particular injector the legal injector.
Yep.
Because I'd be willing to bet that when you talk to somebody like Paul, he'll explain how much better an injector could or could not be from one to another, like what can actually be gained.
Right, and how they test for that and how they match. And there's a lot of stuff, I'm sure, that we wouldn't even...
a Formula One guy ain't going to Napa and getting a set of Bosch fucking replacement injectors. There's got to be...
you just have to take what the FIA demands you take.
Well, I'm sure that they've regulated that.
Do they have Napas over there?
Maybe. I was just using that as an example.
I'm sorry.
But what I'm saying is there's an awful lot to that, and a good injector guy, respected injector guy, would be good. But I didn't know who the guy was. You brought him to my attention, and I guess Tad knows him because they make injectors for everything.
Yep.
Right?
I guess.
Well, isn't that what you were talking about putting in your car?
Yeah, well, that's been the thing, the injector to have. So
okay. So it would be. That was great, Ted. Might have lit a third.
Well, I didn't want to
got it out.
I didn't want to say penultimate because that upsets somebody. So
Say what?
Never mind.
Say that word again.
Penultimate.
What does that mean?
Second to best or whatever. I don't.
Fuck's sake.
This is one of those things that Tad just he thinks that everybody that's listening to him might understand what's going on in his head.
And Fudd's the only one that does.
Yes, probably Fudd and me, and he's over there chuckling. Like he's the man.
I can't find the picture that
I have it. I'll send it to you. I'll cap it. But
no. I'm looking for the picture of the light bars that are on the Razor that I took pictures of in. Didn't I send pictures? Remember the guy that was building the Razor with the smart car body on it?
I remember you sending me something like that. That was
that thing had some crazy light bar on it.
Well, all that stuff. All I wanted was better lighting for the snowplow. But it's like when you go and then you get into color temperature, like what light is better for what environments. If it's, because LED lights, when they're bad, we've all seen these super bright flashlights that you turn them on.
Yeah.
They're super bright, but you can't see anything. Like it's like everything gets blue.
Pinpoint.
Yeah. It's crappy. So I have one of those El Cheapo Amazon $39 multiple LED light bars, and I turned it on and I actually plugged it in through a 12-volt wall wart and fired it outside, and it sucks.
It's crap.
It's crap. And it was $39. So that's, all I want is a little better light because with the plow, it sucks. But I just could not believe that there is that much in those lights. I would have never guessed that.
No, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have guessed anywhere near that.
You remember back in the day though, when everybody had the big, hellas on their thing, and they put a law you can't put this many functioning lights on your vehicle.
Yeah, if the lights were there, they had to work. But then if they worked, they were illegal. If they weren't
didn't
covered,
work, if they're just lights up there, then you were failing because they're not functional.
Yeah, and they had to be covered. There's all kinds of.
So you got to wonder with all those little LEDs, do they count as multiple lights?
Somebody made a law like that.
Yeah, there was a law like that
because everybody had to have all these lights on their their roll bar look better than somebody else.
This is what we pay people for in Congress and shit.
Yes,
of course.
Yes.
Somebody gets upset about somebody else having more, and you got to make a law.
So if you can find any of that information on the lights, let me know, because I'm not going to tell you that I didn't hover over the buy it now button for the $1,100 light bar.
Really?
Yeah, really thought about it, and then I just reined myself back in. But
I'll send a message to the Dubai guys.
Yeah. See, I mean, look, I would love to find out that KC or whoever or Hella, whoever makes these, that they're the right ones. And, if there's an alternative to them, I'm all for it.
They actually have HID light bar lights now too. So
I don't know if they're at this point considered better than the LEDs, because the LEDs have evolved so quick.
Right. Well, a lot of cars have LED headlights now. So
true.
Which I never thought they had that much output, but they might have gotten better.
That is true.
All right. Well, I mean, I know lights don't really fit into the performance thing, but we talked enough about performance shit. We talked about pistons.
Well, when somebody high beams it does. So
I like to be able to see at night.
Yeah.
I like to be able to see very well.
See all the deer.
All right. So
I didn't realize somebody posted on our page a Flowbee already. I thought you were just showing me that because you searched.
I do know from listening to various radio programs that listeners can really be dickheads. Yeah. just so you know, they can really be dickheads.
Apparently they can. Well, we have a Flowbee on there already.
Fantastic.
Is it on our page or is it on Mike's page?
Yeah. I don't know. It's on our page.
All right.
I will take a picture of my carpet extractor when it arrives.
Nice.
And I'll even take a picture of how much junk it pulls out of the carpet.
I was going to say, taking a picture of it functioning.
We are excited.
A little video.
All right. So you're back in talking to Paul at some point.
Yep.
All right. Because he's a guy that, I mean, enough people had asked for him. Hey, listen, all you guys on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and everything else, send us something. Facebook chat, whatever. The guys you want. I mean, did Paul actually make it like nobody wanted him?
No.
Okay.
I think he's just busy.
Okay.
It was SEMA time and now they're at PRI.
And he had an issue that he just couldn't come on for a while, right?
Yep. Well, yeah, he couldn't. He had, I think, an ear infection. He couldn't hear.
Yeah, couldn't hear. Yeah. And the doctor had to do something, and it didn't work the first time or some shit.
That's he was trying to reverse the circumcision or something like that.
Oh.
No, that could be. What?
Where the fuck did that come from?
I don't know, but it was
so
funny,
there, Mike,
wasn't it?
That wasn't from me.
I think you spent too much time looking at that Christmas tree. All right.
Hey, that was comedy, man.
I know, it was comedy. All right, well.
The music.
We'll get somebody. Yeah, the show went by fast. And this was, I think, another good one. Just fun, just us talking.
Yeah.
And them all typing, so.
Yeah, that's
for
right.
the background
They'll
noise.
listen sooner or later.
They don't even care about us, I'm telling you.
All right, so we'll get something lined up, and like I said, Tom's going to be away, so maybe we'll have Alan in. We'll figure it out.
Power and Speed Flowbee.
Hey, Merry Christmas.
Yep. See ya.
Yep.